Hey guys, Zach here at Morimoto. If you've got a 2005 to 2013 Corvette, also known as the C6, then you're in luck today because we've got two hot new products from Morimoto. First up, we've got the Morimoto XB EVO hybrids, and we've got the Morimoto XB EVO lights available. Some of the similarities are going to be that they're both DOT compliant and they both meet the expectations and regulations set by the Insurance Institute for Highway Safety. Both of these headlights are going to utilize a bi-LED projector for both low and high beam and absolutely destroy the darkness in either mode. Some of the differences between these lights is that the full EVO version is going to have what we call the side shooter. In the projector, there's extra LEDs that are going to throw some extra width to the left and right of the beam pattern compared to the hybrid model. They lack that feature. The EVO hybrids are going to be black inside, but you'll notice the shrouds on the EVO model are actually a titanium color. So that piece right around the projector is actually a slightly different color than the hybrid model. With the EVO model, you're also going to have our signal swap feature. So what that means is using the selectable keys, you can tune between either a white DRL, an amber DRL, fade off for the turn signal, or sequential for the turn signal. With the EVO hybrid model, you're not going to have that adaptability or tunability. What you're looking at is what you're going to get with the white DRL and then the fade off turn signal feature. You'll notice the little rays of light that are beneath the projectors. With the signal swap feature in the EVOs, you're actually going to be able to change those as well, whereas you just get the white in the hybrid. Both of these units are going to have a feature that dims when the parking light is triggered compared to the DRL. So cruising around in DRL mode, you get the maximum intensity. They're as bright as they can be. Then as soon as you kick the lights on, or just the parking lights, they're going to dim down so that they're not too bright while you're driving and distracting other vehicles. Each unit is going to have a specialized texture to the DRL so that you can view it at maximum intensity no matter what angle you're at. Another feature of these is that they have an adjustment. They've got a 6 degrees up or down adjustment, so vertical adjustment, so that you can get them tuned just perfectly to your ride height. If you've got a slam C6, you can compensate for that by adjusting the lights. With the XB EVOs, you're going to get a startup animation. So when the headlight gets power, it'll go through an animation sequence that looks really cool when you start it up. The EVO Hybrid lacks that animation feature. Both models are going to be completely plug and play. They're going to mount to the factory location, reuse some of that factory hardware. It couldn't be easier. Both of these units are backed by a 5-year warranty, so you've got peace of mind running them on your C6. Both of these units are going to be supported by our technical support staff here in Atlanta, Georgia. So if you have any questions, just reach out and we're happy to help. Like I said, we've got a plug and play install, so come with me while we get them installed. Begin by jacking up the car and securing it to the jack stands, putting the car on a lift or pulling it onto a set of ramps. Removing the wheel is not required, though it does help. If you do not remove the wheel, you'll have to turn the wheel all the way to either side to get access to the fender liner. Remove the 3 push clips from the top of the fender liner by prying out the top portion of the clip, then prying out the main body of the clip. Remove the 5 T15 torque screws along the outer edge of the fender liner. Remove the 2 7mm screws and 1 10mm nut, then pull the tab off the stud where the nut was removed and pull the fender liner off the car. With the fender liner removed, disconnect the side marker light connection. Remove the side marker assembly by squeezing on the 2 tabs securing it and pushing it out. Reach behind the bumper and unplug the fog lamp bulb. Remove the 2 10mm nuts securing the side of the bumper to the fender. Repeat these steps on the other side. Move to the underside of the front bumper and remove the 5 7mm screws securing the bumper to the bottom of the car and the 2 7mm screws connecting the outer portion of the air dam to the center. In our case, in the application we're installing on, we were missing 2 of the 7mm screws. Open the hood of the car and remove the 4 T15 torque screws, or in our case, there were 4 7mm bolts, from the top edge of the hood. With the bumper now fully unbolted from the car, lift up on the top edge of the hood and then lower the hood slightly and pull the bumper from the car. Unplug the main headlight connector shown and remove the 3 10mm nuts securing the headlight to the car. Remove the 6 T15 torque screws from the top edge of the fender and the 1 10mm nut from the bottom of the fender by the headlight. This will allow the fender to be moved slightly to allow the headlight to be removed. With the fender unbolted, gently flex the fender upwards and outwards enough to lift the headlight up and out of the headlight cavity. Be careful not to flex the fender too much or crack the fiberglass, as the fender will be able to move enough for the headlight to clear the opening. Repeat these steps on the other side of the car. With the Morimoto XB mode selector keys, you can decide what style you'd like for your daytime running light and turn signal. Choose from the color-coded keys for your desired style. The red key is going to be a white DRL with a fade-off turn signal. The blue key is going to be a white DRL with a sequential turn signal. The green key is going to be an amber DRL with a fade-off turn signal. And the black key is going to be an amber DRL with a sequential turn signal. Install the mode selector for your preferred mode into the 3-pin connector on the back of each headlight. This can always be changed after the install if desired. Make sure the vehicle and the headlights are off when changing the mode selectors. If you want an easy way to access this connection, there's an extension harness available that plugs in between the headlight and the key to make it more accessible. Each headlight will have 4, 3 male and 1 female, gray resistor plugs. Connect the supplied resistors to the matching connectors on the headlight. Connect the headlight input harness to the main headlight assembly input connector on each light. Open the underhood fuse box and locate the 15 amp fuse in fuse slot number 6. Install the supplied fuse tap into the number 6 slot you just removed and route the harness out of the fuse box. Using a drill with a 5.5 millimeter or 7/32 drill bit, or a small cutting tool if that's all you've got, make a notch in the side of the wall of the fuse box lid for the harness to pass through. Insert the grommet on the fuse tap into the notch, close the fuse box lid down on the harness. Connect the DRL harness to the fuse tap, route the shorter end of the DRL harness forward to the passenger side headlight cavity, and route the long end of the harness across the driver's side headlight cavity. We recommend routing it across the top of the radiator support and securing it in place with zip ties. Make sure any loose or excess wiring is tucked away in a safe location and is secured. Tuck the headlight wiring and resistors down through the access hole beneath the headlight cavity. Connect the main vehicle headlight plug and the fuse tap harness to the light. If you'd like to be able to easily access your mode selector once the headlights are installed, the mode selector harness can be routed up to the engine bay by using the included extension to easily swap out later. Make sure it's out of the way of the hood hinge and the strut. Fit the new headlight into the headlight cavity by again flexing upwards and outwards on the fender and sliding the headlight in place. On the underside of the headlight, fit 2 of the steel resistor brackets onto the 2 of the 3 headlight mounting studs and secure them using the factory nuts. Attach 2 of the magnet mount resistors to each of the resistor brackets. Loosely reinstall the 6 T15 torque screws and 1 10mm nut on the fender. Repeat these steps on the other side. Lift the bumper back onto the car, align the headlights, fenders, and bumper, and tighten down the fenders, headlights, and top sides of the bumpers into place. Confirm that the air ducts on the underside of the bumper are aligned with the duct behind the bumper, and reinstall the hardware along the bottom of the bumper. Reinstall the side markers and reconnect them, as well as the fog lights. Get in the vehicle and confirm that all functions are working properly. Reinstall the fender liners. Using a long Phillips head screwdriver through the access hole in the engine bay, follow the instructions to properly align your headlight's low beam cutoff. With the vehicle parked on level ground 25 feet from a wall, measure the distance from the ground to the center of the headlight projector. If the distance from the ground to the optical center is less than 34.5 inches, adjust the top of the headlight cutoff to the same height as the headlight measurement.